Hello everyone. Welcome to the best that can be said by Virgin Mobile. I'm Imran Shaikh, the Chief Technology Officer at Virgin Mobile UAE. Today we're going to be talking everything facial recognition. Facial recognition is a very complicated technology, but it has been facilitated in the last decade by the virtue of smartphones being a lot more powerful than previously. And by the virtue of that, the neural networks and deep learning algorithms are able to look up a person's face, situate it properly within the frame, identify the different regions within the face, and be able to interpret whether that person is actually the person that was previously identified. What affects facial recognition is actually many things, and there are more environmental factors than the device itself. The environmental factors could include somebody wearing a hat, somebody wearing a mask, somebody wearing sunglasses. All of these things make it challenging for the neural networks to identify the region of the faces, and because of that, the accuracy can be impacted. However, we've seen several advances in the last year alone to combat things like masks. So in any case, long story short, it's getting better every day. And that's where we want to be because this is the most accurate form of authentication right now in the technology world. Facial recognition actually has a lot of potential and it's untapped at this point in time when it comes to customer experience as a whole. If you look at self-onboarding for any sort of journey that you're having within an application, for example, signing up for an application, you have to put in your username as an email address, password, and etc. Why can't we use facial recognition for it, right? So across the different industry verticals, this is already being utilized. For example, Virgin Mobile currently right now is piloting with one store to do onboarding of a customer through facial recognition instead of the traditional biometric, which was fingerprints. Also, if you look at it from the perspective of the security vertical, the Abu Dhabi airport is in the process of piloting facial recognition for your boarding passes, for everything security. So if you look at the actual journey that the customer takes with facial recognition, it's a lot more simpler, less involved, more intuitive, and it makes the customer journey a lot more seamless along with being fast and more accurate, because accuracy is the key. You can certainly forget your email address, but you cannot forget your face. The paradigm shift that facial recognition is driving will have the biggest impact on the security and authentication vertical. The authentication in years to come via facial recognition will be as natural as us using smartphones for people that didn't grow up with smartphones. When it comes to customer data, that should be held as sacred as anything else that the organization owns as an asset. That said, when it comes to the growing concerns for privacy, when it comes to customer data being stored anywhere, that includes facial recognition. And facial recognition data, because it's being stored, it's prone to attacks and it's prone for leakage. And that's where the customers are not comfortable, because once we shift into this paradigm of facial recognition becoming the authentication mechanism, if the data is sold to people that are trying to do criminal activities, this can be used for applying for credit cards. This can be used for authenticating into applications that are banking applications, and etc., etc. The way to prevent these attacks is to have a good hygiene and a good security practice. The investment in cybersecurity is paramount in this day and age. And that goes for any sort of technology organization, because every organization is now a technology organization, and facial recognition is not excluded from this. No, absolutely not. And the reason why facial recognition will not work when your eyes are closed or let's say you're inanimate, it's because of the fact that it's using infrared instead of camera. There's millions of infrared beams being thrown onto your face that are mapping different segments and the regions of your face. And by the virtue of that, the algorithms that are in the back end are tracking your eye movement and looking at how fast your eye moves. That is done in milliseconds or tenths of milliseconds, but ultimately it's able to recognize the animated face versus just a picture. Or if your eyes are closed and you're sleeping, nobody should be able to unlock your phone just because you're not aware. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this information useful, and have yourself a wonderful day.